Welcome back to day 4 of EANM 2025 and the highlights sponsored by ITM. Together with Karolien, we're going to summarize what we really found exciting today. And Karolien, you kicked off the day sharing a very interesting prostate cancer session.
Yeah, that's right. We saw the results from, I think, some trials that we've been expecting for a long time in both hormone-sensitive metastatic prostate cancer and mCRPC. So I think for the first time we saw the results from the Bullseye trial and also from the ProCure trial, and both trials were positive. So we'll see how this will maybe influence patient care in the future. Apart from these trials, we also saw quite a lot of real-world data being presented on lutetium PSMA. So many countries have set up registries, and we saw great data from the Swiss registry, having 300 patients more or less in the registry, and also of the very large registry that they have in France, with data coming from their early access program for lutetium PSMA, where now the first results were presented on more than 3,000 patients that have been treated with lutetium PSMA in clinical routine.
So Karolien, you just talked about lutetium PSMA 617, but there has been a different drug been around for quite some time, radium-223. Is there any update, any new?
Yeah, also in this session, we saw an update or additional information on the PEACE 3 trial that was actually presented at ESMO already, where we had more information on the fracture risk of patients in the trial and also on the time to the need for new next line treatment. And also here, I think the results were very interesting. So definitely take a look at the papers when they're published. So apart from all this great data, we also had a very exciting plenary, Ken, and you were sharing that. We had Team Green, Team Red really battling it out on different aspects. So tell us more about that.
That was actually a great experiment, to be honest.
Yeah, it was great.
And I learned today a sentence. I learned only the paranoid will survive. And because of this, knowing that Cynostics is really buzzing, everything is moving in the right direction, we wanted to actually think about and plan ahead and think on one side, the scenario, everything is going to continue to be well, Team Green. On the other side, we also know sometimes things get a bit more complicated, a little bit more drawbacks. That's why Team Red. So we chose 3 topics. One topic is Cynostics going to be a central pillar of cancer care in the future? Number 2, is AI going to complement nuclear medicine physicians or going to replace us? And the third one was to talk about nuclear medicine being an independent specialty or being absorbed by other ones. Honestly, I don't want to spend too much time going into details. This session is recorded. I really recommend you after the Congress to go back and actually look at live. Now, this being said, we always talk about the future of Cynostics. Policy, EU policy is a very important topic.
Absolutely.
Karolien, what can you tell us about that?
So again, this morning, as already told you yesterday, also this morning we had a great session on EU policy. There was a second session in the afternoon on health technology assessment for radioligand therapy. And I must say that this session was very entertaining. We had a lot of good discussion, also great attendance. So I think people are really starting to understand that EU policy is important for our field. And hopefully we can therefore also have new people helping us in policy making to really bring all the great things that nuclear medicine can offer to patients to reality.
Day 4 was very intense and very exciting. We have one more video, the wrap up. Make sure to also watch this.